Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Now tonight's pour is part 2 of a two-parter. It's a commission piece by a guy I work with. He saw my paintings. I have a couple hanging up in the office area where I work, the office I work in. And he was really intrigued by them, and he was seeing them there. We have 2 of them we have in a conference room, and so he was meeting in these conference rooms, and he kept looking at them, and so he finally asked, where they got them, and they told him that I got there because my desk is outside of that conference room, and so he came and talked to me, and I showed him some more of my stuff, and so they actually did come to a craft fair I was doing, and they bought a painting for his son for his dorm room. And then he came a little bit later and asked me to do 2 pieces for him, pretty much try to match the ones in the conference room. So I did the first one. You can watch that video. It's part 1, red, white, and blue. It's on a 20 by 20 canvas. It's a level 3 gallery wrapped canvas by Artist Loft. I got it at Michael's. So it's a real thick canvas, real thick framing, the wood framing of it. And so it's a really nice canvas. So it's a joy to work with those, because usually I get the level 1 and they're just, like a 1/4 inch thick or so. So it's nice to get the thick, sturdy canvas. So this is part 2. So the first one I did white background, which is what I'm going to do on this one. Then red and blue I did from corner to corner and blew it out. And this one is going to be more in the center and kind of blowing out from the center. So again, we're using all Artist Loft colors in canvas. So it's Artist Loft white, red, and blue. And I get them in the quartz. And I can't reach one right now. So, but I've showed them before. I get them in the quartz, and that's all 3 of these colors are mixed from the quartz. So if that's where you want to get them, you can get them. I already had red mixed up, but it is the same red. And I've already got the white mixed and down, and I already have the blue mixed. So all we have to do is adjust the camera and we can get started. All right, as you can see, the white is down. I know it looks a little not smooth at all. This will level out as it dries. Plus, we're going to be going over it and blowing it out, so it's not going to really matter that much. So we're going to take the blue and just make a nice circular blues. And the reds, we're going to get some reds in there. And I'll probably add some more red as we go. And I'm going to put some white over it, just a little bit over it. Torch it a little bit just to pop some bubbles. And then we're going to blow it out. Let's see how this goes. Put some more defined blue, not so much purple in there. That's what happens when you mix those two colors together. We'll get some red right around there as well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Just think it needs a little bit more, something on the outside to find. That's why I'm adding this blue. I don't know if I'll be able to get all the way over there. I'll tuck my shirt in, or I'm going to really get it in the... Yeah, I think that's what that needed, was a little something on the outside. It did turn a little kind of purplish on the outside. That kind of helps get the blue and a little bit more prominent on it, which I think will work. We'll definitely see. We'll take a picture of this and I'll show it to him, and if he likes it, we'll resin it, and he'll have both of his pieces will be ready. And then if not, I guess we will repaint it, which is no big deal. I want him to be happy with what he gets. So that's definitely what we want him to have, something that he likes. If he doesn't like it, we definitely will do it again. All right, as you can see, this has dried. I showed the picture to the client today at work, and he really liked it and said, yeah, that looks good, so it's time to resin it. This is a 20 by 20 canvas, so we have 14 ounces of resin. I looked that up on Art Resin Calculator and found that I needed 14 ounces of total resin. So I did 7 ounces of epoxy and 7 ounces of the hardener. We have the back taped, so when it dries, the droplets on the bottom that will harden up will peel right off in the morning. And so let's get going on this. Get my torch over here ready to go. I am excited about him getting these 2 pieces, and yeah, I know he's going to be excited about getting them too. Trying to get it all on the top first, and then we'll get some on the sides, but I want to make sure the top is covered. Then we can start doing the sides. So we have resin on the sides. Yes. Alrighty, I think we're ready to torch. I think I've got it covered pretty good. So I've got a lot of things in the works. Just a couple days ago, I had my class that I teach about once a month. So I teach a class on just the painting part of it, the mixing of paints, and then the acrylic painting. They're trying to, the owners of the shop where I teach at, the Gilded Nest, Mary, she is the owner, and she's been trying to talk me into teaching the resin part of this, the resin, and possibly doing the car type paintings as well. So I did tell her that that is a multiple class event, because you can't do it, especially if they paint the painting themselves and then want to resin it. They can't do that day. It's got to wait till it dries, and that takes a little bit. So, all right, now I'm gonna get down to where I can get an angle on this so I can see the bubbles more, because I want to get these popped as much as possible. So I've got my class going on. I have my next month scheduled already. So we'll look forward to seeing how many will sign up for that one. And then this Saturday, I will be in Nashville, Indiana for an event. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Indiana, Nashville is kind of a quaint little town, but it's a kind of a touristy trap. I think they call it Little Nashville. They have music and stuff like that, and a lot of touristy shops, and there's a state park down there and beautiful country. I've only been there once before. My wife and I went there one time. I spent the weekend there. But yeah, so I've never been back since then. That was about, I don't know, 13 years ago. So it's been a little while since we've been there. Unfortunately, my wife will not be going with me this time. She thought about it, but she decided to stay home and work. She's self-employed, so she thought she better stay home and, make money. Because if she went, she'd probably spend money. I have to get a hotel room, so I am spending a little bit more money than I normally would doing a show, because I don't have an expense of a hotel room, because I usually only go within an hour or so. But Nashville is about, from our house, is about 2 hours or so away. Normally I would go ahead and drive that, set up, and then have the event, and then tear down and come home all in one day. But it starts early in the morning, so it starts at 9. So that means you have to be there by 7:30 to 8 to set up, which means I would have to leave by 5:30 in the morning. And if I was a younger man, I probably would still do that, but since I am older and it's getting a little tougher to do those long days like that, because just even events that are close by and I set up and tear down, and indoors is easier because I don't have a canopy and a tent and all that to set up and tear down. Even doing that for maybe a 6-hour day 8 hours maybe driving and setting up and tearing down and driving home. Even though I work an 8-hour day every day, it's a little different. And it does wear me out the older I get. So I ended up getting a hotel room, so I'll go up after work, which actually my work is about a half hour closer, so I won't have quite as long a drive, but I'll drive down there Friday night, get a hotel, be able to. The hotel is pretty close to the fairgrounds, which is where the event's at, and so I can just a minute or two drive from the hotel to the fairgrounds. Set up, and it's an indoor event, so it's an easier setup, and then I can just relax and sell a bunch of paintings and tear down and come home. So that's where I'll be. And then the following weekend after that, I have another one in McCordsville, which is about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes from my house. So that one is an outdoor event, so that one will be a little bit tougher, a little bit more exhausting, but it's definitely worth it. So all right, so I've got this one resin. I believe I've got all the air pockets popped on it, and it looks pretty good. There's a lot of little things in there. He's gonna find things in there. It's gonna be great. So all right, if you like this one, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please subscribe, support the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.